have and has. Have and has have exactly the same meaning, but we use them with different nouns. With have, we use it like this. I have, you have, we have, they have, John and Paul have, the dogs have. So as you can see, normally we use have with plural nouns, with two or more. With has, we use it like this. He has, she has, it has, the dog has, Shane has. As you can see, we normally use has with singular nouns. A singular noun is one thing. For example, he, she, it. But when we use had, we can use had with any noun. I had, you had, they had, he had, John had, the dogs had, the dog had. You can use had with any pronoun. So just remember, normally have with plural, has with singular, and had with singular and plural. Have, has, and had have many meanings, but the most common meaning is to own something. For example, I have a phone, it's mine, it's my phone. I own it right now. I am talking about right now in the present. Let's look at another example, but this time with has. He has a phone. He has a phone. It's his phone. It's not my phone, it's his phone. He has it right now in the present. So just remember, have and has are talking about to own something right now in the present. What about had? If I say he had a phone, does he have a phone now? No, he doesn't. Had means you own something in the past. It's already finished. What about this one? They had a car. Do they have a car now? No, they don't. Had means in the past they had a car, but now they do not have a car. So just remember, had is talking about in the past. It is finished. It's not now. What about negatives and questions? Let's look at this example. You have a phone. What if we want to say no, no phone? We can say you don't have a phone. So when we want to turn it into a negative, we say don't have. You don't have a phone. I don't have. They don't have. We don't have. What about if you want to make it into a question? You can say, do you have a phone? Do you have a phone? What about this one? He has a phone. He has a phone. How can we say no, no phone? We can say he doesn't have a phone. He doesn't have a phone. So we don't say has, we say doesn't have a phone. He doesn't have. She doesn't have. It doesn't have. John doesn't have. Okay, what about a question? We can say, does he have a phone? Does he have a phone? Does she have a phone? Does it have a phone? Does John have a phone? So in summary, we say, I have, I don't have, do I have? He has, he doesn't have, does he have? Okay, now what about had? Let's look at this example. He had a phone. How do we say no, no phone? We can say he didn't have a phone. He didn't have a phone. What about a question? We can say, did he have a phone? Did he have a phone? Let's look at one more example. They had a phone. How do we say no, no phone? We say they didn't have a phone. They didn't have a phone. What about the question? Did they have a phone? Did they have a phone? So just remember, with had, we say he had, he didn't have, and did he have? So let's have a look at an example first. I am still hungry. What does this mean? Am I hungry now? Yes. Was I hungry in the past, about 10, 15 minutes ago? Yes. So this is the meaning of still. Something started in the past and it continues until now. It still hasn't finished. Let's look at some more examples. I am still looking for my keys. What am I doing now? I am looking for my keys. Have I finished looking for my keys? No. Was I looking for my keys in the past, maybe 5, 10 minutes ago? Yes. So in this sentence, still means the action started in the past and it's still going until now, right now. Now, let's have a look at a question. Are you still single? What does this mean? Are you single now? Yes. Were you single in the past? Maybe yesterday, 2 days ago? Yes. So here, still means you were single in the past and you're still single now. It started in the past and it continues until right now. It still hasn't finished. Now, let's look at a negative. I still don't know where my keys are. What does this mean? Do I know where my keys are now? No, I don't. Did I know where my keys were in the past, maybe 1 minute ago, 2 minutes ago? No, I didn't. So this still means I don't know where my keys are now, and I didn't know where they were before. The action started in the past and it continues until right now in the present. And let's have a look at all these sentences again. I am still hungry. I am still looking for my keys. Are you still single? I still don't know where my keys are. Where is still in all of these sentences? It's after the subject. So normally when we use still comes after the subject. So if you're ever not sure, where do I put still? Put it after the subject. Now, let's look at yet. And remember, I'm going to be asking you lots of questions. So let's have a look at an example. He hasn't left yet. What does this mean? Has he left? No, he hasn't. Is he going to leave soon? Yeah, probably. Do I think he is going to leave sometime in the future? Yes, I do. So this is the meaning of yet. Something hasn't changed, but we think it will change in the future. Something should have changed. He should have left, but he still hasn't left. Something should have happened, but it hasn't happened. What about this one? I haven't found my passport yet. What am I doing now? Probably looking for my passport. Was I looking for my passport in the past? Yes, I was. Have I found my passport? No. But do I think I will find it soon in the future? Yes, I do. So here again, we use yet because it's a negative sentence about something that hasn't happened, but it will probably happen soon in the future. We think it will happen very soon in the future. Now, let's look at a question. Have you ordered the pizza yet? What does this mean? Has the person ordered the pizza? Not sure, maybe. If he says no, do we think he will order it soon? Yes. Should he have ordered it already? Yes. We think he should have ordered it already. So we use yet again because I think the situation will change soon and I think he should have done it already. And if we look at all these sentences again, he hasn't left yet, I haven't found my passport yet, and have you ordered the pizza yet? If we look at these sentences, where is yet? It's at the end of the sentences. Normally we put yet at the end of sentences. So if you're not sure where to put yet, you can put it at the end of the sentence. Normally you will be right. And sometimes you can actually use still and yet in the same sentence. Let me give you an example. I still haven't found my passport yet. We can use still because it started in the past and continues until the present. And we can use yet because it's a negative sentence and we think that I will find my passport very, very soon. Okay, now we have learned the basics of still and yet. But now we're going to have a little quiz to test your understanding. You will see a sentence up here, and that sentence will have a missing word. You can fill in the missing word with still or yet. And remember always to think about why. Why are you using that word? So let's look at the first example. He hasn't got a job. He hasn't got a job. The correct answer is still. He still hasn't got a job. Why? Because he started looking for a job in the past and it continues until now. In the present, he does not have a job. Okay, let's look at number 2. I haven't got a job. I haven't got a job. The correct answer is I haven't got a job yet. Why? Because we're using it in a negative sentence and because we think it will change very soon in the future, or it should have happened already. Okay, question number 3. Has the dog eaten? Has the dog eaten? And the correct answer is, has the dog eaten yet? We use yet because it hasn't happened, but we think it will change very soon in the future. We think that the dog will eat very soon in the future. Okay, question number 4. Are you learning English? Are you learning English? And the correct answer is, are you still learning English? We use still because the action started in the past and it is still happening now. It hasn't finished. It's happening now in the present. Could, should, and would. These words cause many problems for English learners, but they're actually quite easy once you understand what they mean. Could, should, and would all talk about possible situations, but they tell us something different. Could means something is possible, should means you're giving advice, and would means there is a possible situation if certain conditions are right. Also, please note that today we are only talking about could, should, and would. We are not talking about could have, should have, and would have. Let's look at one of our sentences from the start of the video. John could go to the park on Monday. John could go to the park on Monday. What am I talking about here? Is it past, present, or future? The future. Am I saying he will go 100%? No. Am I saying he might go? It's possible. Yes, I am. I am saying that it's possible for him to go to the park on Monday. He might go, he might not go. Maybe he's doing something else, but it is possible for him to go to the park on Monday. Let's have a look at some other examples. I could eat another plate of food. I could eat another plate of food. What am I talking about? Past, present, or future? I'm talking about the future. Am I saying it's possible? Yes. Am I saying I will do it 100%? No. With this sentence, I am saying that I might eat another plate of food. It's possible, I might do it, but I don't know. I can get more food if I want, but I don't know if I'm going to get the food or not. When we use could, we can add information at the end of the sentence to make it more clear. So let's have a look at our first example. John could go to the park on Monday because it's his day off. What am I talking about? Past, present, or future? Future. Am I saying it's possible for him to go to the park? Yes. Why? Why is it possible? Because it's his day off. And with the second sentence, I could eat another plate of food, but I'm too full. This means it's possible for me to eat another plate of food. I can do it. I can go and get some more food and eat it, but I won't. Why? Because I am too full. So this is the meaning of could. Could means something is possible. It might happen. It might not happen, but it is possible. Okay, let's look at our sentence from the intro again. John should go to the park on Monday. What am I talking about? Past, present, or future? Future. So why am I saying should here? Am I giving some advice? Yes, I am. I am saying should because I think it's the best option for John. It's one of his best choices. So I said he should go to the park. I think it will be good for him. So we use should when we want to tell someone what we think is the best option, the best possibility for them. Okay, let's look at another example. He should change his job. Is this talking about the past, present, or future? The future. Can he change his job? Is it possible? Yes, it is. So am I giving him advice? Yes, I am. I am saying, I think it's a good option for him to change jobs. And when we use should, we can also add information to the end of the sentence like we did with could. So I could say, John should go to the park because he doesn't exercise much. I am saying I think it's a good idea for John to go to the park. Why? Because he doesn't exercise much. That is my reason for giving him the advice. What about the second sentence? I could say, he should change his job, but he might not be able to find another job. So do I think the best option for him is to change jobs? Yes. But I also think that there might be a problem. I think that the best action for him is to change jobs, but he might have a problem in the future if he tries to change jobs. So this is the meaning of should. We use it to give advice. We use it to tell someone what we think that the best thing to do is, or what we think the proper thing to do is in the future. John would go to the park on Monday. What am I talking about? Past, present, or future? Future. Is it possible? Maybe. We don't know. Would here means he is willing to do it. He probably wants to do it, but only if there are the right conditions. If everything is right. If everything is right, he will go. But if everything is not right, he won't go. Let's look at another example. He would get a loan from the bank. What am I talking about? Past, present, or future? Future. Is it possible? Maybe. We don't know. If there are the right conditions, yes, he will get a loan. But if there are not the right conditions, if something is not right, he won't get a loan. He is willing to do it, he wants to do it, but everything has to be right. And just like with could and should, when we are using the word would, we can add information at the end of the sentence to make it more clear. So with our first example, we could say, John would go to the park if he had a car. What am I talking about? Past, present, or future? Future. Will he go? No. Why? Because he doesn't have a car. So in this sentence, would means he is willing to go, he wants to go, but he can't go because the conditions aren't right. You could say it's possible if he goes and buys a car, but it's very unlikely. It's 99% chance that he won't go and buy a car, and therefore he won't go to the park. And the second example, he would get a loan if he had a job. Does he want to get a loan? Yes, he does. Can he get a loan? No, he can't. Why? Because the conditions aren't right. He doesn't have a job, and therefore the bank won't give him any money. So just remember, would means the person wants to do it, they are willing to do it, but the conditions have to be right. If the conditions are right, the person will do it. If the conditions are not right, then the person won't do it. This is the meaning of would. Now we have learned about could, should, and would. So let's have a little quiz to test your understanding. I will say a sentence with a missing word, and I want you to fill in the missing word with could, should, or would. Number 1, you go see a doctor. I think it's the best option. You go see a doctor. I think it's the best option. The correct answer is you should go see a doctor, because remember, when you give advice, when we think it's the best option, we say should. Number 2, Ben be a basketball player because he's very tall. It's possible. Ben be a basketball player because he's very tall. It's possible. And the correct answer is Ben could be a basketball player because he's very tall. Remember, we use could when we want to say something is possible. Number 3, Ben be a good basketball player, but he's too old now. It's possible, but the conditions aren't right. Ben be a good basketball player, but he's too old now. It's possible, but the conditions aren't right. So the correct answer is Ben would be a good basketball player, but he's too old now. I'm saying something is possible, but it can't happen because the conditions aren't right. His age isn't right. He is too old to be a basketball player now. Number 4, there's some more food on the table. I eat it. It's possible. There's some more food on the table. I eat it. It's possible. The correct answer is there's some more food on the table. I could eat it. Remember, we use could to talk about things that are possible. And last question, Jeff come over, but he has to go see his parents. It's possible that the conditions aren't right. Jeff come over, but he has to go see his parents. The conditions aren't right. And the correct answer is Jeff would come over, but he has to go see his parents. He wants to do it, he's willing to do it, but the conditions aren't right, so he can't do it. Could have is normally used to talk about possibility in the past. Should have is normally used to talk about advice in the past. And would have is normally used to talk about something that you wanted to do, but you didn't do. But don't worry if these words are still confusing, because by the end of the lesson, you will understand how to use could have, should have, and would have. And make sure you watch until the end of the video, because we will have a quiz to test your understanding. Okay, let's get started. Look at these three sentences. What verb do we have after have? We have gone, right? And what verb is gone? Gone is the past participle for go. So just remember, when you're using could have, should have, and would have, we always use a past participle after have. If you haven't learned about past participles yet, you can watch this video right here where I give you many common examples. And also, when native speakers say could have, should have, and would have really quickly, it normally sounds like this. Could have, should have, would have. Could have, should have, would have. And sometimes you'll hear native speakers say coulda, shoulda, and woulda. Coulda, shoulda, woulda. Both are fine. It's up to you which one you want to say. You can say could've or coulda, should've or shoulda, or would've or woulda. It's up to you. John could have gone to the park on Monday. What are we talking about here? Past, present, or future? We're talking about the past. Did John go to the park? Did it happen? No, it didn't. But was it possible for him to go? Yes, it was. So this is the first meaning of could have. We use it to talk about something that was possible in the past but didn't happen. So this sentence here means that it was possible for John to go to the park, but he didn't go. What if we want to say it wasn't possible for John to go to the park? We could say John could not have gone to the park on Monday. This means it was not possible for him to go and he didn't go. So just remember, if you want to say something was possible in the past, you need to say could have. But if you want to say it wasn't possible, then you can say could not have. What if someone asked you, why is John late for the meeting? And you think he forgot the meeting. What can you say here? You can say John could have forgotten the meeting. John could have forgotten the meeting. So this is another use of could have. We can use it to make guesses about the past, what we think happened in the past. We are not sure what happened, but we are guessing that John has forgotten the meeting, so we can say John could have forgotten the meeting. This means we think he has forgotten the meeting, but we're not sure. It's just a guess. Remember from part 1 of this could, should, and would series, I said that you can always add more information to make your sentence clearer. This is the same with could have, should have, and would have. Let's have a look at this example. I could have gone to university, but I decided to travel instead. I could have gone to university, but I decided to travel instead. What am I talking about here? Past, present, or future? The past. Did I go to university? No. Was it possible for me to go to university? Yes. But why didn't I go? Because I decided to travel instead. So just remember, sometimes when you're using could have, it's better to add more information so then you can make the sentence clearer. John should have gone to the park on Monday. What am I talking about here? Past, present, or future? The past. Did he go to the park? No. Do I wish or do I think it was a good idea for him to go to the park? Yes, I do. So this is the first use of should have. We can use it to talk about something that did not happen, but we wish it did happen. We think it would have been really good if that thing happened. What if we want to say that we wish John didn't go to the park? So he did go to the park in the past, but we want to say we wish he hadn't gone. We can say John should not have gone to the park on Monday. So this is another use of should have. If you say should not have, we are talking about something that happened, but we wish that it didn't happen. But if something didn't happen and you wish that it did happen, then you can say should have. What about this one? He should have finished work by now. He should have finished work by now. Has he finished work? I don't know 100%. But do I think that he has finished work? Yes, I do. So this is another use of should have. We can use it to talk about something that we think has happened if everything is normal and okay. But we're not 100% sure if everything is okay. We are just guessing. It's just what we think. And please note that normally when we use should have, we use by now. Another example could be his plane should have arrived by now. This means that I think it's arrived. I'm not 100% sure, but if everything is okay and normal, then it has arrived already. Just like when we use should, sometimes it's good to add more information to make the sentence clearer. A lot of the times when we use should have, we use it to express regrets, or we want to say that we wish something had happened in the past. For example, I should have studied harder, but I wasn't interested. I should have studied harder, but I wasn't interested. Did I study hard? No. Do I wish I could change that? Yes. So this sentence here is saying that I didn't study hard in the past, but I wish that I could change it and study hard in the past. John would have gone to the park on Monday. What am I talking about here? Past, present, or future? The past. Did he go to the park? No. Did he want to go to the park? Yes. But was there something that stopped him or prevented him from going? Yes, probably. So this is why we use would have. We use it to talk about something we wanted to do in the past, but we didn't do it because normally something prevented us from doing it or something stopped us from doing it. And normally when we use could have, we give more information to make it clearer. For example, I would have called you, but I didn't have any signal. I would have called you, but I didn't have any signal. When am I talking about here? Past, present, or future? The past. Did I call you? No. But did I want to call you? Yes, I did. But what stopped me from calling you? It was the fact that I had no signal. So this sentence here is saying that I wanted to call you, but I didn't because I didn't have any signal. Okay, now we know the basics of could have, should have, and would have. So let's have a little quiz to test your understanding. I will show you a sentence with two missing words, and I want you to fill in those two missing words with could have, should have, or would have. Number 1, I gone to the game, but I didn't have any money. I wanted to do it. I gone to the game, but I didn't have any money. I wanted to do it. And the correct answer is, I would have gone to the game, but I didn't have any money. We use would have here because we wanted to do something in the past, but we didn't do it because something stopped us. What stopped us? We didn't have any money. Number 2, I not gotten so upset when my team lost. I wish that it didn't happen. I not gotten so upset when my team lost. I wish that it didn't happen. And the correct answer is, I should not have gotten so upset when my team lost. We should not have because we're talking about something that did happen, but we wish that it didn't happen. Number 3, I gone to the gym, but I felt too lazy. It was possible in the past. I gone to the gym, but I felt too lazy. It was possible in the past. And the correct answer is, I could have gone to the gym, but I felt too lazy. Remember, we use could have to talk about something that was possible in the past. Number 4, he finished his dinner by now. We think it's happened already if everything is normal. He finished his dinner by now. We think it's already happened if everything is normal. And the correct answer is, he should have finished his dinner by now. Remember, we can use should have to talk about something we think has already happened if everything is normal and okay. Number 5, where is he? He gotten lost. We are guessing. Where is he? He gotten lost. We are just guessing. And the correct answer is, he could have gotten lost. Remember, we can say could have when we are just guessing what we think happened. While I was using my computer, the phone rang. What does while mean here? When did the phone ring? Before I used my computer? At the time I was using my computer? Or after I used my computer? It happened at the same time. This is what while means. Something happened at the same time something else was happening. So let's pretend the phone rang at 4 p.m. What was I doing at this time? I was using my computer. Let's look at another example. While I was working, he came to talk to me. When did he talk to me? When I was working or after I had finished working? He talked to me at the same time I was working. Not before, not after, but at that time. I've been making YouTube videos since July 2020. When did I start? June? July? Or August? In July. This is what since means. Since means from the time that I said. So from July, I started making YouTube videos. What about this one? He has been living in New York since March. When did he get there? February, March, or April? he got there in March, because since means from the time that I stated. And if you look at both of these sentences, what tense are they? You will see that they are both perfect tenses. So just remember, normally we use since with perfect tenses, and since means from the time that I said. You need to finish the work project by Monday. What does the word by here mean? When should the project be finished? On Sunday? On Monday? On Tuesday? The word by here means not later than. So if I finish the project on Sunday, is that okay? Yes. If I finish the project at 11:59 p.m. on Monday, is that okay? Yes, because 11:59 p.m. on Monday is still not later than Monday. But if I finish the project on Tuesday, is that okay? No, because Tuesday is later than Monday. The word by can sometimes be confusing, even for native speakers. For example, if someone used the word by with me, I would probably ask them for more information. Let's pretend someone said to me, Shane, your car will be ready to pick up by Monday. I would ask him, what time on Monday? Do you mean in the morning? Do you mean in the afternoon? Or do you mean in the evening? So when you're using the word by, it's sometimes better to give more information. With our first example, we could say, you need to finish the work project by 5 p.m. on Monday. So now we know it will be finished not later than 5 p.m. So it might not be ready to look at in the morning. If you need to see the work project in the morning, then you could say you need to finish the work project by 9 a.m. on Monday. So now we know it will be finished not later than 9 a.m. So when you get to work, it will be ready to use. So just remember, by means not later than, and sometimes it's better to give more information to make it more clear. As soon as I get home, I am going to sleep. What does as soon as mean in this sentence? Will I go to sleep before I get home? At the time I get home? Or after I get home? As soon as means when the first thing happens, you will do the second thing. So let's pretend you get home at 4 p.m. You will go to sleep at 4 p.m. When the first thing happens, you will do the second thing. Let's have a look at another example. As soon as I finish editing this video, I'll upload it. When will I upload it? Before I finish editing? At the time I finish editing? Or after I finish editing? At the time I finish editing. Because as soon as means at that time. Editing finishes at 6 p.m., then I will upload the video at 6 p.m. So just remember, as soon as means when the first thing happens, then you will do the second thing. By the time I got home, they had already eaten the pizza. What does by the time here mean? When did they finish the pizza? Before I got home? After I got home? They probably finished it before I got home. So by the time here means when. When I got home, the pizza had already been eaten. We normally use by the time to talk about two events. So by the time I got home, this is event number 2, they had already finished the pizza. This is event number 1. We don't know what time they finished the pizza. All we know is that at the time I got home, the pizza had been eaten already. Now let's look at another example. By the time he got to the bus station, The bus had already left. So what happened first here? Did the bus leave or did he get to the station? The bus left. And then he got to the station and he saw that there was no bus. Because remember, by the time can mean when or at the time. So at the time he arrived, maybe he arrived at 4 p.m., the bus had already left. It had left at some time before 4 p.m. So just remember, when we use by the time, we normally have two events. And when we're putting it into a sentence, event 2 normally comes first. So by the time he got to the bus station, this is event number 2. It happened second. The bus had already left. This is event number 1 because the bus left before he got to the bus station. If we drive to the park instead of walking, it will save time. What does save time here mean? What would be faster, driving or walking? Driving. So save time here means to take less time, to be more efficient, to be quicker. Another example, you need to find a way to save time with your tasks at work. So at the moment, am I working efficiently or not efficiently? Probably not efficiently. So this sentence here is saying that I need to work more efficiently. I need to use less time to do my tasks. I got to the bus station just in the nick of time to catch my bus. What does in the nick of time mean? Did I get to the bus station early? No. Did I get to the bus station late? No. But when I got to the bus station, did I have a lot of time to wait or only just a little bit? Just a little bit, maybe 10 seconds, 30 seconds. So this is what in the nick of time means. It means you weren't early, you weren't late, but you got there just in time. Maybe you had 10 seconds to wait or 30 seconds to wait. You got there just in time before the event happened. Like in this example, the bus leaving the station. Another example, the police got there just in the nick of time to catch the criminal. Did the police get there early with a lot of time? No. Did they get there late? No. But when they got there, did they have a lot of time to catch the criminal? No. Maybe they only had 10 seconds, 30 seconds, 1 minute. They had a tiny bit of time to catch the criminal. So if they got there maybe 1 minute later, do you think they would have caught the criminal? Probably not. Because remember, in the nick of time means you got there in time, but you only had a tiny bit of time left before the event happened. Time after time, he was late for school. What am I talking about? Past, present, or future? I am talking about the past. And am I talking about many times or just one time? Many, many times. This is what the phrase time after time means. It means something has happened many, many, many times, again and again and again. It's a repeated action. What about this one? Shane has told us time after time that learning English is easy. Have I told you in the past? Yes. Have I told you many times, repeatedly? Yes, I have. So this is the meaning of time after time. It means someone has done something many, many times in the past. It's a repeated action and they've done it again and again and again. Okay, so we have learned 5 new time words and 3 new time expressions. So let's have a little quiz to check your understanding. I will show you a sentence with a missing word and I want you to fill in the missing word with one of the words or one of the expressions that we have learnt today. Number 1, he has been studying English 2019. He has been studying English 2019. And the correct answer is since. He has been studying English since 2019. Why? Because it's a present perfect tense and we're talking about when it started. We are giving a specific time. We're not giving a length of time. We're not saying 1 year, 2 years, 3 years. We are saying when it started. Number 2, I got to the bank, it had already closed. I got to the bank, it had already closed. And the correct answer is by the time I got to the bank, it had already closed. We use by the time because we're talking about 2 events. First, the bank closed, and then I got there and I couldn't get into the bank because it was closed. Question 3. He has told me that I need to study English. He has told me that I need to study English. And the correct answer is he has told me time after time that I need to study English. We use time after time here because it's happened many, many times. Question 4. Finish the project Monday, 5 p.m. Finish the project Monday, 5 p.m. And the correct answer is finish the project by Monday, 5 p.m. We use by because we want it to happen before a certain time. And the last question, question number 5. You waste too much time doing that. You need to find a way to... You waste too much time doing that. You need to find a way to... And the correct answer is you waste too much time doing that. You need to find a way to save time. Remember, save time means to work more efficiently or to use less time. Yes, they are pronounced exactly the same. There, there, there. Now you try. There, there, there. Now we know how to say them. What do they mean and how do we use them? Let's find out. What does this there mean? Let's have a look at an example. They're walking in the park. This there means they are. They are walking in the park. We say there because it's shorter and easier. Let's have a look at some more examples. They're going out later. This means they are going out later. What about this one? They're from Australia. This means they are from Australia. So just remember, this there means they are. Look over there. Why do we use this there? We use this there to talk about a certain place or to say that something is in the world, something exists in the world. Let's look at some more examples. There is a car outside. I am saying this world has a car outside. What about this one? There are lots of clothes shops on that street. I am saying that street has many, many clothes shops. So when we use this there, we normally use it to talk about a certain place or to say something is in the world, something exists in the world. Let's look at the last there for today. It's their house. Why do we use this there? We use this there to show ownership, possession, that something belongs to somebody else. Normally, this there means for two or more people. So if I say it's their house, I am talking about two or more people. Let's look at some other examples. I went to their office. Is it my office? No, it's not my office, it's their office. They own it. How many people? Two or more. Okay, one more example. That's their dog. Is it my dog? No. Is it somebody else's dog? Yes. How many people? Two or more. So just remember, with this there, it's about ownership, and normally it means two or more people.
Bored, boring, excited, exciting, interested, interesting. What do these words mean and when do I use them? What's up guys, my name is Shane, and by the end of this video you will know how to use adjectives that end with ed and adjectives that end with ing. A lot of adjectives are like this. They have two forms. One ends with ing and the other ends with ed. Okay, let's look at ed adjectives first, and make sure you watch until the end of the video because there will be a quiz to test your understanding. I am so bored. What am I talking about here? Am I describing the situation? No. Am I talking about how I feel on the inside? Yes. So that's why we use ed adjectives to talk about feelings. Another example, he is so excited. He is getting a new phone today. Am I describing the phone? No. Am I describing the situation? No. Am I talking about how he feels on the inside? Yes. So again, we use ed adjectives to talk about feelings. One more example. They are really interested in learning languages. What am I talking about here? Am I describing a language or languages? No. Am I talking about how they feel on the inside about languages? Yes. So that's why we use ed. It's really easy, right? Ed and feelings. That movie last night was so interesting. What am I talking about here? Am I talking about how I felt about the movie? No. Am I talking about the movie? Am I describing the movie? Yes. So that's why we use ing adjectives to describe something. Another example, it's so exciting. He is getting a new phone today. What am I talking about? Am I talking about him? No. Am I talking about the phone? No. I am talking about the situation. I am describing the situation of him getting a new phone. It's very exciting. And one more example. He never goes out. He never says anything. He is a very boring person. What am I talking about here? Am I talking about how he feels? No. Am I describing him, what he is like? Yes. So that's why we use ing adjectives. We ing adjectives to describe something or someone. So in summary, ed for feelings, ing to describe something or someone. Now, let's have a little quiz to test your understanding. Question number 1. I've got nothing to do today. I'm so bored or boring? And the correct answer is I'm so bored. Why? Because we are talking about my feelings, how I feel on the inside. Number 2. I've got nothing to do today. It's so bored or boring? And the correct answer is it's so boring. Why? Because I'm not talking about my feelings, I am talking about the situation. The situation of having nothing to do is so boring. Question number 3. My new teacher at school is very interested or interesting. He has lived in many different countries. And the correct answer is, my new teacher at school is very interesting. Why? Because I'm describing him. I am talking about his personality. Number 4, I feel so annoyed or annoying. I just can't solve this problem. And the correct answer is, I feel so annoyed. Why? Because we are talking about feelings. Last question, question number 5. That workout was very tiring or tired? And the correct answer is, that workout was really tiring. Why? Because we're not talking about my feelings, your feelings, his feelings. We are describing the workout.